Hello, everybody. I just woke up, and don't mind that makeshift curtain. I told you guys about that. So if I hear any comments about it, if I read any comments, I'm not even gonna read it. Okay, I'm blind to it because it's not like I can't afford a curtain. It's just I don't want to go out and buy one. Oh my god. I don't know why you guys are so dirty. Hold on. Okay, that's a little bit better. But I'm getting ready. I think I'm gonna do a no makeup day today to hang out with my friend. Because tomorrow I'm expecting big things. AK leaving the house for more than just like a couple of hours. I'm actually gonna have to integrate myself into society tomorrow, and I'm not too excited. I mean, I am, but at the same time, I'm not. If that makes any sense, because tomorrow I'm going to the state fair with my friends, and I'm not looking forward. And like it's not like I'm not looking forward to like hanging out with them and whatnot, you know. Um, what's a good angle here? I don't want the fucking. We'll just have you here. It's not like I'm not looking forward to hanging out with them. It's that I just am dreading like the aspect of like crowds and like just crowds and the heat is gonna be fucking insane. And I remember the last time I was like in like really bad heat. Well, not even bad heat. It was like 80 degrees, like 80, 70. But it was really humid. And there was like, I was like overstimulated by a lot of people. And like, I just like had like a mental breakdown, I think. Or not mental breakdown. I don't want to like over emphasize what it was. But like, I was like crying. I was at like a Vietnamese like amusement park and I was like crying when we were in the zoo because I was just so overstimulated. And like I didn't know how to like express myself in Vietnamese, much as in English. I was just sitting there crying for like 2 hours. Um, but maybe I'll get more into that story. I mean, that's the gist of it, but like there's more to it. But like yeah, so that was the last time I went to like anywhere. Hold on, let me put in my contacts. This bitch. Oh, oh, that motherfucker burned. Oh yeah, that did it. Okay, but essentially, what I was saying is that I don't do well in crowds, just in general. Like, regardless of like the what you call it, like regardless of like the climate, the weather, whatever the fuck, like I don't do well in crowds. That's why I don't really go to concerts or like pull up to like football games at my like universities because I don't fucking like crowds, you know? Like I'm okay watching it on TV because I'm like, okay, like at least I don't have to be like surrounded by motherfuckers, you know? Like I'm okay at a club for like but like for only like a couple of hours, like 3 to 2 max. But if I'm in there for more than like 4 hours or like a working shift. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all that. I'm sorry, but I don't know about all that. Oh, my contacts are going in nicely, nicely. Um, oh, but what the fuck was I saying? Oh, Mamma Mia. But yeah, and then but like I said, like crowds, like I'm okay with it, but it's just like when I have too much of it, it's just oh. And like I remember the last time I went to the state fair, which was like actually no, I don't remember. When was the last time? Like 2016, 17 maybe? I don't know, it's been a while. Um but even before that, I just did not like going there cuz like I didn't like the walking, I didn't like how hot it was and like I don't know. I feel like I haven't really like improved much in that regard as like an adult because I don't know, like there's just some things you can improve about yourself and some things that you can't. And I feel like the threshold for me is like being in public in massive crowds, walking a lot, plus heat, and then plus like standing in line and shit like that, like I feel like that's something I can't really improve about myself. Like how would you improve that aspect about yourself? Like force yourself to be in more heat and then surround yourself by sweaty hot people who you don't know. Like that just sounds like a recipe for like porn, you know? And I'm not really into that. And I'm not like dissing anybody that like like wants to be in that situation. Like I obviously know why the state fair is like super popular and I understand all that business. Like there's probably like a lot more extroverts in this world than like introverts. I don't know. Don't quote me on that statistic because honest to God, I don't know. But there has to be a reason why state fairs are so popular outside of like the state fair shenanigans. Like there has to be like another reason. I don't know. But for me, the reason why I kind of want to go is because they're introducing a lot more like Asian, Asian and like really more like ethnic. Me using the white. Okay. Anyways, but like there's a lot of like Asian businesses that are like having vendors, a lot more Asian vendors this year, basically is what I'm trying to say. And I just really want to go out and support local Minnesota motherfuckers, you know? And like that's not to say that I don't like support like white cuz I do. It's just I don't know, I'm just more excited about like the new Asian dishes that are coming out. And I really didn't like have that back in like what 2000 the fuck 2000 and like 17, 16. Okay, you guys, I'll have to check my memories for that. But like I feel like yeah, it's been that long. Eek. Anyways, but yeah, I just want to really pop on support those businesses, but at what cost? At what cost? Like me having another mental breakdown, but this time instead of like with strangers in Vietnam who's never going to see me again in front of my friends who are going to see me probably the week after, like I don't know. Um like I know my limits, but at the same time, I don't know if this is going to be any different if I'm like surrounded by like homies. Cause yeah, maybe I'll just have to like drink before I go or something. Like drink or something because like uh maybe that'll help to quell my anxieties just for one day. I'm not gonna do it every single day. Imagine waking up and like taking a shot of like whiskey because you can't like leave the house. I feel like I want to get to that in like my 30s, but like in my 20s, I think I want to stay a little like sober for like most of it, you know? Because in my 30s, like my body's already like fucking disintegrating, already like fucking breaking down. I'm gonna get like osteoporosis and shit like that, you know? So I'm kind of like, if I get drunk on top of that, that's whatever, you know? I have more of a reason because my body's in more pain. But right now I'm in my 20s. The only thing that's killing me is like my ego probably, but other than that, I mean, I'm pretty kicking. Speaking of pain, we're gonna skip over that state fair business and I'm gonna talk a little bit more about my teeth, just a little bit. I went to the dentist today, got a filling. uh, uh I used to have what was it called? It's something a silver filling, I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I got it back when I used to like go to like the Vietnamese dentist. Yeah. Because I had a lot of teeth problems coming to America, and my parents obviously were broke and didn't speak English. So we had to go to like a Vietnamese uh, dentist, and goddamn, when I say them bitches do it just like how they do it in the homeland, it's crazy. Okay, because like what, like 6-year-old me probably even younger than that was getting like her teeth pulled with no numbing, no nothing, bro. Like I remember like so viscerally like what the pain felt like they would, I don't think they even numbed it, to be honest with you. I think they just went in there and just got my parents to hold me down, which looking back at it now probably isn't right, but it got the job done. Like I'm pretty sure they pulled out more than like a lot of my baby teeth and a lot of like the back teeth here. And I just remember waking up in pain all the time as a kid. Because obviously they didn't like give me any medicine. They just gave like my mom like Pepto Bismol and was like, yeah, they'll quell her. They'll make her feel real good. And I'm like, looking back, I'm like, it didn't do shit. I think that shit's for like constipation, like actual shit, not like tooth pain, but whatever. And then I just remember as a kid, my parents like driving me all the way over there. It was a pretty far drive. I mean, for a kid, it was long, so it was probably like, I don't know, like 15, 20 minutes. But for me, it was fucking dog long. Um, and I remember just like getting all my teeth pulled, and like when when in American dentists, like they like numb you, but you still like hear all of the like the medical shit going on in your mouth, you know. You still hear the drill, you still hear like all that nonsense. But like when you're not numb to it, I mean, I think the worst part for me wasn't the pain. It was like hearing my teeth crack out of my mouth and then feeling the sensation. Uh so yeah. That was what immigrant, what, 6 year old me through like 10-year old, because by the time I like went into like middle school, we like switched to an American dentist, I believe. And like I remember the first time ever like going in, like they like just did a normal cleaning on me, but I assumed they had like did like wizard magic in my mouth. So when we left, I like smiled into the mirror of like the fucking drive like the mirror driver thing, and I was like, why do my teeth look the same even though they did all of that to my mouth? Like this shit is bogus. Like I don't want to go back. Like at least when I went to the Vietnamese dentist, I could see like a visible difference, you know? Like I would go in there with one tooth and then go out with none. Like there was a difference, but like with this American dentist, they were doing the same painful shit, you know? It wasn't painful, but like I just didn't know a lot about like mouth care back then. So like I had like probably like hella gingivitis, a lot of fucking like cavities and whatnot. So yeah. So yeah, they were going in, and like I was like, I've never had this before. I don't think I've ever had like a deep cleaning like that before. So my childish mind was like, wow, I must look like who was like I must look so fucking like delicious after leaving the fucking dentist. And then I look, and then I still had like the same like black teeth in the front, and I was like, what the fuck did they even do to my mouth? Like this is a fucking scam. Like the American system is a scam. I don't want to fucking go back. Like take me back where they weren't giving me like fucking numbing shit. I don't know why I was thinking like that. But those bitches actually did a lot of dental work on me. I don't know how much it cost my parents, but it had to like been a pretty buck, because they like put like a metal wire like behind my teeth. It wasn't like in front, and like that straightened them out pretty well. And this is me like never having like Invisalign like American braces where it was like in the front. I've always had like a wire in the back of my teeth. And when I tell you, them bitches were shit, like pure shit. It just felt like they just like went in their like tool shed and was just looking for any type of wire that was like thick enough to fit in the human mouth, and was like, that's good enough. And just popped it in my mouth and charged my parents like a hefty fee. And like, yeah. So I had that in my mouth for like a couple of years, and like I remember like distinctly as a kid, I used to love milk duds. Okay, I used to love them so much, and I remember like this is the memory, like it's something that like B12 helped me remember, because otherwise I would have not remembered. Okay, so I'm on that B12 propaganda. If you need that shit, take that shit, because I wouldn't have remembered this otherwise. But anyways, I remember as a kid, like we went Halloweening or whatever the fuck. We went trick or treating, and then we would come back, and my parents would hide the candy because I already had like a lot of dental issues. But on top of that, I was like a sugar addict. Okay, and I still am. I still am. I'm not gonna sit here in front. Like that's something about me that I still can't change. Even though I probably could, I just don't want to because I like sweets. Okay, but like my parents would like hide the candy, but I remember like going into like the stash because I knew where they hid it. I'm not dumb. Cause like one day I was just like fucking around in the house and I just found it, and then I just never told my parents I found it. So a wee bit of a manipulator, if you will. And then so I remember like going into like this like little corner. We had like a little like storage corner at like our old house. It was like in the basement. And I would like hide in the corner there, and I would like eat the milk duds, right? And then every time I eat the milk duds, like like that shit is sticky, you know, because it's like caramel. And then or caramel, as some of y'all might say. I say caramel because I'm yeah. But like every time I would eat that shit, it would like stick to my wire braces in the back, and then like there was like, so like basically how it worked was there was like two anchor points in the back of my teeth, and that's how they like did the wire shit. I don't know how they did it, but like that shit would always fucking pop out whenever I would eat anything caramel, you know. And like looking back at it, it probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, eating like really sticky shit with like a already really flimsy like mechanism, you know. So, so every time I would like eat that sticky shit, and then I mean, not every time, but like most of the time, it would like pop out, and then I would have to pop it back in and not tell my parents because I don't want to go back to the dentist because Lord knows what they're gonna do to it, you know. And then so that shit just kept on popping out, and like I mean, it did the work. And then my parents didn't have to like pay like for Invisalign or whatever, but I have a feeling like this like treatment was probably like up to like the same amount. I don't know how much it cost because it was done by like Viet bitches, but it must have been like worth enough for my parents to like, you know, be like, yeah, put that in her mouth, you know. Um, so yeah. And now as like an adult, I need like a fucking mouth guard, which when I went to my dentist today and spoke more and like told them that my insurance covered it, that I was like talking to the receptionist and she was like, "Yeah, if it's like your insurance, like your specific insurance, we've been trying to get it to work, but like as of like 4 months ago, that shit has not been working." And I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like I was referred 4 months ago, like you guys. Yeah, she was like, yeah, one of my patients also has the same medical insurance as you do. And like she's been calling them and like telling them like that shit hasn't been going through. And then the insurance was like, okay, we'll give you more providers for you to check out. She calls all the providers and none of them will cover her. And I'm just like, this is so fucked up. Like this is so sick. Like, you guys are fucking sick for thinking that I'm gonna pay that fucking much for just a piece of plastic in my fucking mouth. Like I know like there's a lot more to it. You know, they gave me like this fucking card. I'll like cover it, but like they gave me this card, and I'm just like, and they're just like talking about like coming there without your makeup, and it's gonna be like a 3 to 2 hour process, and I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing in my mouth? But like, whatever, dude, whatever, you know. Like I know there's more to it, but I'm just like, I just don't want to pay out of pocket for this shit, you know? Like 1K. Let me check how much it actually is. 1,050. 1050.00 out of pocket. Oh dude, I cannot fathom that. I cannot fathom that. And like I just really don't want to deal with the insurance bullshit. But I have to like fill out like I need to cover all this shit. But I need to like fill okay, future Quinn, blur this out. I'm about to like fill out this form where I'm supposed to like fill out like where it hurts and shit. And I'm just like, I don't know, it just hurts all the time. And like I'm just like I have to do homework for this shit. Like it's crazy. It's crazy, guys. So I don't know what the moral of the story is. Just don't go to like fuck ass Viet doctors unless you live in Vietnam and that's all you have. I'm pretty sure their standards are a little bit better now. That was like back in like what 2000 like 2000 like 10 that I was getting that done. So I mean that was pretty long ago. It's been like almost like I don't know like 20 years. So I assume like the technology has improved since then. But at the same time, I'm like if some of you fucking Viet immigrants, I'm talking to you specifically. I don't know about any other immigrants that go through this shit. Like make sure to like have good dental care for like the long run. You know, like if you have the ability to, if your parents like work in like a manufacturing facility. That's where my dad worked, and he's able to get insurance through that. If they're able to get it, perhaps get it. I mean, this is coming from someone who's been established in the U.S. for a while now. But that's not to say that I didn't come from like down earth roots. But like, yeah. Make sure you have good insurance because I don't know what a good insurance is. I just kind of take what my dad has. And apparently it's good in some cases, and in other cases it's ducky. So yeah, I'm hoping, like they say that they will like try to get me like prior authorization for it, but like, Yeah. Did I ever tell you guys I like called up the insurance? Yeah, I called them up and they were like, blah, 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 blah. Well, it's going to be covered, but your parents got to pay like 80/20. We're going to cover 80%. You're going to have to pay 20 of it. So that's like $200. It's still like a lot, but like that's like a lot more reduced. But like if I don't get that, that's full. I'm going to have to pay 100%. And that shit's fucked up. Like, what the fuck is insurance for then? You know? Um, I don't know. Yeah, so I called them like, "Hey, you're uncovered," and then like the lady, she was like super sweet, but she kept on like saying this phrase, and it felt like an MK Ultra phrase to like get me to like something in my head to like click to make me go insane or something. Because she said it so often that I was like, "Do you want me to like go berserk on you right now? Like, do you want me to like freak out, like punch walls? Because why are you saying this phrase so often?" But I think it's because I don't know. She was like, I don't know what she said. I don't know. It was a phrase that I was just like, why are you saying it so often? Like, it was weird enough for me to be like, okay. I didn't want to point it out and be like, what? But whatever, whatever. We got the call done. The lady was super sweet. I've not. I don't think I've ever had like a bad like representative like customer representative call ever. Even if they're like foreign, they're still like super nice and shit. So if you guys need a call, like just call. I don't know. um, but yeah, fucking A, dude. And then so yeah, they said I need like prior authorization, so that's why I got these forms and shit. I don't know. Um, but like I don't know what insurance would like I don't want to switch insurances just to like get this done because like don't you have to pay for insurance? I don't know. I don't know how it works. But like I don't think I can like make my parents pay that much. So I think either I send that in, they don't accept it, and that's that. You know, like if they don't accept it, then I'm not gonna get it done because the 1K is a lot. Like I don't know, but at the same time, like the issues are getting kind of worse. I don't know, and like I don't want to like not get it done and then like wait like I don't know like not ever do it and then like in the next year they're gonna be like okay so you're gonna need surgery for this and that and then this and that and then my insurance doesn't cover that and then it's like more than 1K. I don't know. It's like that peren, preventative preventative prevent okay. You can really tell the immigrant is coming out of me right now. The per, preventative preventative measures. But I don't know. I mean, I could like always like sell art and stuff like that, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sell 1K worth of art. So if you guys have any ideas outside of like selling my body for like porn, that'd be like greatly appreciated. Like I feel like selling my body is like one of those things that I'm just like I don't really care about, but at the same time I'm kind of like that's like in my 30s type of beat. I kind of wait until like I said, like I feel like in my 30s that's when I'm gonna really let myself do the things I want to do. But right now in my 20s, I'm kind of feeling more mature. But like in my 30s, I'm gonna let myself do whatever I want. Um, so if you guys have any ideas, like no NFTs, okay, no crypto shit, because I don't know how mathematics works, and if I get scammed out of even $2, like that's dunzo, bro. That is dunzo. You guys are not gonna hear from me again. Like if I lose $2, like investing, I'm never gonna speak to you guys again because I'm the type of person that goes into a casino and loses $1 and then vows to never go back because I'm so stingy with my money that like if I'm putting it into nothing and I come back with nothing, then that's it. That's it. Like at least if I'm going to McDonald's and like they mess with my order, I'm still getting some type of food. Like at least if they give me like I don't know like a Big Mac instead of whatever the fuck I ordered, I'm like okay like this is still grub. But if I go into a casino and then I put in like $10 and then nothing comes out of it, yeah, no. The most I've ever spent at casino is like $1. And it wasn't even $1 that it was mine. It was my cousin's. He was like, you can take this. And I'm like, okay, I'll use it. And then I lost it. And I was like, okay, I'm never coming back here ever again. But I know people don't think like that as well. Don't have that thing because otherwise, why would there be such a big gambling industry? And I live in a city that has a really, really, really big casino. And like every single night, like whenever I'm driving back from my friend's house, there's like cars like going back and forth from the casino to like the downtown area, and I'm like, wow. And it's like every single night too. It's not even on like Saturdays and Sundays or like Fridays. It's like every single night. Like there's obviously like an uptick on like the weekends, but like even like then I'm like, wow. Wow. But that's like no diss to anyone is that's like addicted to gambling because I know how difficult addiction is when it comes to that type of shit. Anyways, I don't want to talk more about that. But anyways, any money making business. Maybe I can like set up a lemonade stand and like I don't know, $1 per cup. I don't think they're gonna want to buy from a 20-year-old college student. I think the main selling point of those stands are for the children. You know, like you're supporting small kids. Um, but I think that if I, make the lemonade a lot better than the kids, they're gonna want more of my stuff instead of the little fucking tykes. I don't know. I don't really know what's like for me like I could get a job theoretically. I could. Um, but it's just like I don't know. Cause when you have like issues like me mentally, it's kind of like keeping like even a part-time job is a lot for me because like school is like already like hectic enough for me. And like I feel like if I put like a job on top of that, yeah, that would demolish me. Like mentally, I think that would cause like a 30-year-old mental like a break for me, honestly, because I plan on having like a mental break in my 30s. Like this is how I am as a person. I like plan out my mental like pauses. So I'm planning on having one of those in like my 30s, somewhere in my 30s. I'm expecting having it like on the cusp, but maybe like somewhere like in the mid. But like right now, I don't think I want to have that like that early. Because like right now in my 20s, I want to feel like normal. I want to feel like whatever. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Um, I mean, like I said, art is always open out there, but I don't know if I would have any like clients that'd be willing to pay big schmeckles. Obviously, I would have to like work like a shit ton on like commissions and stuff. But like if you guys have any other ideas, I mean, I'm down. I'm always down to like sell some of my artwork too, some prints and stuff. Cause I'm going to be able to access like printing stuff when I'm at the U. So if you guys like want any of my digital shit, I mean, fuck, hit me up. I don't know about any of the fan art stuff, but I do a lot of fan art actually. But maybe I could like make like prints of like my pen sketches and then sell my pen sketches for like I don't know $200. Not $200 is a lot. That's a lot for like the materials that I like put in. I feel like I would have to invest in more higher materials in order to do all that business. I'm just rambling on at this point. I'm like trying to think of how to make money in order to afford this fucking night guard. Okay, um, other than selling my body, I'm not gonna do that. You guys are sick. All my friends are like, they're not putting me into prostitution, mind you, but they're like, I think you would do really good as like a Twitch streamer, like one of those girl streamers. And I'm like, why the fuck would you think that? As I'm sitting in this like chronically online like room, I'm like, why the fuck would you think that me, Quinn, would ever be into that shit? Like, you guys are sick. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I mean, I wouldn't mind being a streamer. It's just like, what the fuck would I talk about? I mean, I'm talking to guys about like dental shit, but I don't know if that's gonna captivate a Twitch audience, if that makes any sense. I'm like, I don't know. I think about it like back and forth. Like some days I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I should, but then other days I'm like, that's gonna follow me, man. That's gonna follow me. Like, is that who I want to be on the internet? Is that who I want to be known as on the internet? Like, I don't know. Like, that's not to say I'm not like an e-girl simp, okay? Because there are days where I'm like, them girls are kind of fine. there's days where I find myself pulling out my wallet, almost typing in the digits and giving them girls my money. But at the end of the day, man, it's not like I have self-respect. It's just that I'm stingy, okay? Like, I love girls. Don't get me wrong. I love women, but like spending money on them. That's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. But like, I respect all e-girls, all female streamers and all that, unless you're like a bad person. But like, if you're just doing it as a career but you have something else outside of it, then like whatever, right? I respect women hustling and whatnot and like they thems and whatever. But like, dudes, you only need to get better, okay? I show speed. Put your dick and balls back in your pants, okay? Anyways, yeah, so my homies were like, yeah, you'd be a really good streamer. And I'm like, okay, you guys are sick. And they'd be like, yeah, you'd be a really good like e-girl thought. And I'm like, okay, you guys. This is too much. Like, this is too much, you guys. Like, I like they're saying it in like a supportive sense, you know. They're like, you have the aesthetics for it, you know. You have a fan base. You're like chronically online for it. Like, you would be good for it, you know. And I feel like I would be good for it. But the thing is, like, I can't get over that mental block. I feel like once I get over that mental block of like, because I already post like thirst traps, you know. Like, if you go on my Instagram, like, those are thirst traps. Those are when I'm looking my hot diggity darners. Like, you'll never see me like bare face on my main, okay. But like, I don't have an issue with it like outside of it. Like, if it's not on my main, whatever, you know, I'm barefaced everywhere. But like, the issue is, right, I don't think I can like delude myself into that, because I feel like I would be scamming people. Like like don't get me wrong, I don't like Facetune my shit ever, right? But like, I know my angles. And that's all a girl needs to know. That's all a motherfucker really needs to know to make that moolah, right? And like, that's the thing I'm scared about. Like, that I still have a like shred of like, not integrity or like more morals. I don't think like editing yourself is like comprising, no, what, compromising your like ethics or morals. Like, face tuning is just a normal thing that a lot of people do. Especially in like the modeling industry, where like everything's like very editorial and shit like that. I mean, even in the everyday sense as well. But like, at the same time, it's just like something that I've ingrained within myself. Like, I don't like seeing that shit on my feed, and I don't want to feed that into my feed, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't like seeing people edit it and stuff like that. Even though I know it's acceptable and whatnot, I just don't personally like seeing that. But like, you guys know what I mean, right? like, I don't know. Like, I feel like on my good makeup days, I do kind of look like that. But like, at the end of the day, I'm not always gonna look like top tier, whatever the fuck, on my Insta. All right. But I don't know. I like go back and forth. Like I said, I'm like always like, should I whore myself out, or like should I like post my ass and tits? But like, there's really not a lot of post. If I'm gonna post on there, people are gonna call me like, dude. I've gotten so many comments on my Instagram calling me like, what's the word? It's not femboy. What is it? Like, transgender? Like, they're calling me like a lady boy, and I'm like, I mean, some of them lady boys. But like, that's not who I am. And like, I mean, I'm not offended by it, but at the same time, I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm not offended by it, but like, I feel like it's offensive to the people who are like identified by those terms, you know. So like, me as like a cis woman, or like, I mean, I go by they them pronouns as well, but like, I primarily go by like she her in like my everyday life. But like, my friends and like my whatever call me they them, right? But like, generally, I'm a cis woman. Okay, this is, I don't know how to identify myself. It's a weird scope. I don't really think about it much, but like, I do go by they them. So if you guys want to call me that, whatever. But like, she her is mine as well. But like, yeah, yeah, I've gotten comments about that, because I am like fairly like flat chested. I mean, there's things there. There's things there. There's badunkas there. There's like shabungas there, right? And then, I don't know. I feel like I do have like a kind of like a masculine energy about myself, which I'm like, I'm not like ashamed about. It just is. You know, I do have like a deeper voice, and I do kind of talk a lot more like, but like, this is just how I normally talk, and I'm not gonna like alter it. Be like, oh my god, hi, hi. Like, I do that only for like customer service. But like, at the end of the day, my voice is gonna sound the way it is, and I've always had like a deep voice. I think once I hit puberty, my voice got deeper. So, I mean, if you guys want to start conspiracy theories about me, then go ahead. Quinn is actually JK, you guys, that's not funny. That's not funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't have like any qualms about being like perceived as like masculine, but like, I feel like it's offensive to like those who are like actually identifying as like, you know, transgender and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know, kind of weird. And I don't want to like market myself as that, or like have myself like perceived as that, like someone who is like catfishing as like someone who's transgender, because that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Because like, transgenders already go through like so much shit that like, you don't need anybody cosplaying as them. That's weird shit. So yeah. But like, that's not to say that like, what am I trying to say? Anyways, but yeah, that's one of my like hang-ups about like all that. So yeah, I don't know how to make money in this economy, but anyways, I've been rambling to for like 30 minutes. I would have got my makeup done if I wasn't like rambling. I was expecting this to be like a 10-minute update, but I started rambling. But anyways, I gotta get dressed and get ready to see my homie. So yeah, see you guys later. Kisses.